So I wanted to do a video of the website that has helped me put all my Joes back together. The website is yojo.com. I found this website many years ago, probably over 10 years ago, and like I've shared in previous videos, my nephew broke a lot of my brother's GI Joes, and eventually they passed them along to me. And a few years later, once my nephew was older in age, we put them all back together. So I click on database, I click on toys, this other red tab comes up, and the first thing on there says 3 3/4 figures. I click on that, and then it comes up with the years. Of all the years GI Joe came out with series. So the first year is 1982, and then you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. You have 11 Joes that year. You have 4 vehicle drivers, and you had 1 mail-in, which is Cobra Commander. I don't have any of these except for Breaker, and I must have picked that up somewhere at a yard sale or at a swap meet. I picked it up somewhere. So I'm gonna click on 1983. 1983 was the first year I got a GI Joe. Gun Ho was his name. So if you use your cursor on your mouse and you hover over the Joe, the website tells you who it is and which version it is. So if I hover on there, it says Gun Ho, and then it says version 1. So there's Gun Ho. There I have 2 Major Bloods. I have the Hiss driver. And then here is series 1.5. I guess there was 2 series in 1 year. Let's go to 1984. In 1984, here's Baroness, right? Is this Duke? Yep, there's the first version of Duke. Here's Firefly. Firefly's always been one of my favorites. I don't have either of those. I don't have Baroness, I don't have Duke, I don't have Firefly, I don't have Blowtorch, but I do have Mutt here. Here's Mutt, the first version of Mutt. I do have Ripcord. I have the second version of Roadblock, but here's the first version of Roadblock. I'm trying to get Spirit back together. I'm missing his waist, but I have a lot of his accessories and his file card. And then here's the first version of Storm Shadow. Let me try to zoom in. Storm Shadow is very instrumental in the Cobra. So here are all the vehicle drivers. I have 2 of this Stinger drivers. My brother had the Moccasin driven by Copperhead. And here's Zartan, the first version of Zartan to the far right. Let's keep going. Now I'm in 1985. 1985, I have my brother and I have a lot of these. My brother gave me all his 50 Joes a few years ago. So we have a couple versions of Airtight. Alpine, I'm missing his waist and his legs. I have Barbecue. We just put Bazooka together the other day. I just found out that the legs I was trying to put on Alpine were actually belong to Bazooka. So now Bazooka's complete. Here's Buzzard. Okay, so if you, here's Footloose. Here's Flint. There's a lot of good ones here. Okay, so for example, I'm going to do Ripper on purpose. So here's Ripper. I'm going to double click on him. It opens up another a page where it gives you a little bit more detail. Ripper was first released as part of a 4 series in 1985. He was also available in 86 and was discontinued in 87. If you scroll down, it will tell you, it'll have images of what his accessories are. So it's going to tell you right here, Power Pack. So he has a backpack. He has Power Jaws. I have these 2. I don't have the Joe, but I have these 2. He came with the rifle. Look how nice that rifle is. That's a really nice rifle. It has like a knife in the front. And then he comes with a hose. So I have these 2. I don't have the actual Joe. I don't have Ripper, but I do have those accessories. So now I can go to a website and I can find out where those accessories came from. I didn't know who those belonged to for a long time. Here's Shipwreck. Yep. Here's the second version of Snake Eyes. I'm hovering over it. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. There's some vehicle drivers here. I have Crankcase, and I have this Lamprey. There's a couple, Listen and Fun. I don't know. I've never heard of that. Tripwire, the second version of Tripwire listed as, and then here's a mail-in version as well, which is Starduster. I don't have any of those. So I'm gonna go to 1986. There's more. Here's Monkey Wrench, Mainframe, Lowlight, Iceberg, Leatherneck, Dr. Mindbender. The second version of Roadblock. I have this Viper here. I'm missing the hips. I'm missing the legs I'm missing the waist and I think and the legs of both Xandar and his sister Zorana. And then here's a special missions Brazil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have any of those. Here's the vehicle drivers. I do have cross country. My brother had lift ticket. We don't have it anymore. Here's the Serpentor. I'm missing a little piece of one of the legs for Serpentor in order to put him back together. Sergeant Slaughter came about. I didn't know I had Slipstream. Slipstream, I just recently put him together. I didn't know he was the... so if I click on him, and then I click on Conquest X30, he's the driver of this airplane. I didn't know that until recently, until in the last week I realized who Slipstream was. So I'm gonna click back. I'm gonna click back again. Here is Thrasher. I'll click on him because he has a super cool vehicle. If I click on the Dreadnought Thunder Machine, his machine comes up, and we had this. We don't have it anymore. We might have some parts to it, but we definitely don't have that vehicle anymore. And then let me see, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to click back onto, now we're up to 1987. This is probably the year I collected the most. My brother and I collected a lot during this year. Out of these vehicle drivers, I have one. I just did a video on this yesterday. I have the Mamba driver 1, the Wolf 2, the Sea Slug with the Sea Ray 3, Worms 4, and Zanzibar 5. And then I have Steamroller, but I don't have his battle station. So out of all these, I have 5 of them. I have all 3 Sergeant Slaughter Renegades. I've done a short on them as well. And then I have, out of these Battle Force, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 4. I'm missing Maverick and I'm missing Dodger, but I have the file card for Dodger, which is pretty cool. So now I'm gonna go to 1988. I got some of the characters from here. And then if you notice the vehicle drivers right here, they start changing. The colors are more bright, and there's just like a little bit of changing. Tiger Force is pretty cool. Tiger Force drivers, Night Force, all these still look very traditional. But if you notice right here in the vehicle drivers for this year, things start changing a little bit. The color starts changing, and some of their characteristics start going away from the traditional G.I. Joe stuff. That's just my opinion. Then if you go in 1989, this is the last year that I collected. This Annihilator is one of my favorites. I've done a video on him. I just repaired him. And then here's Downtown, here's Frag Viper, here's Naga Hide, I have Heat Viper. I have a lot of these. I have Target. Target's one of my favorites. That's one of my son's favorites. I have Stalker, the second version. But like I said, once you start looking at the vehicle drivers, they start changing a little bit. Here's the Sergeant Slaughter Marauders. I have one. I have that one. I have 2. I have 2 out of the Sergeant Slaughter Marauders. But this was the last year that I collected. So if I click on 1990, I no longer have any of these. And this is the year that I think turned. And I've heard somebody else say it on YouTube for their collection. Things just got different. I'm not saying they didn't get better or worse. I'm just saying they're different. Like, you know, let me click on this guy. Range Vipers. That just looks totally different from anything that's ever come out before. That's just my opinion. Ski Patrol, Sonic Fighters, Vehicle Drivers. I'm going to click through some of these pretty fast because look how different that looks. You know, let me zoom in a little bit, see if you come up with the same opinion that I come up with. They just start changing. They start becoming a little bit more extreme, more radical, whatever word you want to use. I'm going to click all the way to 2001 because I have some here from from 2001. Might be 2002. Yeah, here it is. So if I click on this one right here, Storm Shadow version 7, I actually have that version, and then everything changed. I don't know at what point they started not doing the rubber band, but I have that one, and then I also have Snake Eyes as well. It's not coming up very good on the light, but let me see. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video on that. And then if you click here, further down, you get all the versions of Storm Shadow from version 1 all the way to the last time they made in 2015. What grabbed my interest is right around 2002. Look, in 2002 they made four different versions of Storm Shadow in just 1 year. I thought that was interesting because his first version was in 84, his second was 88, 92, 94, 97, and then 2000. But in 2002 they made 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one of these. This is the version 7 right here. But they also had version 6, 8, and 9 in the same year in 2002. So for all your needs for G.I. Joe, use yojo.com. It has been different, so huge difference for me. I still continue to use it to this day. It helped me put a lot of my brother's G.I. Joes back together. Yojo.com. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, it helps, and subscribe if you get a chance, and write a comment. Let me know if this helps you or not. Yojo.com. Thanks. Bye.